Trump getting back to being Trump, warns Mexico invasion threatens Nafta, by Rick Wells for rickwells.us. President Trump put Mexico Democrats and sellouts in Congress on notice on Sunday. They had their chance, and now he's through playing Mr. Nice Guy, the Make America Great agenda that President Trump spent the first year of his administration, some might say, wasted as it relates to border enforcement, playing nice with the establishment GOP open borders rhinos and globalist Democrats. He has now apparently realized that that path is a road to nowhere and to one-sided compromise. He's once again talking like the old Donald Trump of 2016, the tough guy who had no stomach for the swamp creatures, their all talk and no action politics, and putting the interests of the American people anywhere other than first. We'll never get that lost year back, but at least he can say he tried to work with them as he now shifts into a full Make America Great Again mode. On Sunday, President Trump warned Mexico that the continued flood of people and drugs across the border and their unwillingness to do anything to stop it, and their enabling, it will have a direct impact on Nafta, what he appropriately labeled their cash cow. Trump tweeted, "Mexico is doing very little, if nothing, at stopping people from flowing into Mexico through their southern border and then into the U.S. They laugh at our dumb immigration laws. They must stop the big drug and people flows, or I will stop their cash cow, Nafta. Need wall," the reference to people flooding into their country on the way to the U.S., was at least in part directed towards or heightened by the Pueblos Sin Fronteras caravan of Central American illegals that are being given free pass through Mexico on their way to invade the U.S. In a second tweet, President Trump wrote, "Border Patrol agents are not allowed to properly do their jobs at the border because of ridiculous liberal Democrat laws like catch and release. Getting more dangerous, caravans coming. Republicans must go to nuclear option to pass tough laws now. No more DACA deal." Although all of those points are consistent with the positions of President Trump during the campaign. Catch and release, which is essentially providing illegals with a temporary status as they successfully invade our country and are allowed to roam free, was supposed to stop immediately in January of 2017. And there never was supposed to be a DACA deal. Those are promises that for now have been broken. Democrats cut the number of detention beds funded in the omnibus by 250. Why not just remove all of them and convert the facilities into holding cells with benches? Those apprehended, if they are for some reason given a court date, can be handed the piece of paper with their docket number and date and then immediately sent back across the border to the Mexico side. There's no reason to turn them loose on our side of the border where they don't belong. Force Mexico to take them through sanctions or our armed military defending our border, backing up the CBP. A sufficient number of courtrooms should be relocated to the border at ports of entry to allow the process to proceed, if it must, with the illegals never being placed into American society. Odds are they'll still miss their hearings and will have a lot fewer new ones to process. President Trump's insistence that Republicans must go to the nuclear option in order to pass his agenda items refers to eliminating the filibuster in the Senate, which sets a 60-vote threshold that is beyond the slim 51 49 majority held by Republicans and has been used by the Democrats for years to prevent most legislative progress and anything that is pro-American. In order for President Trump to have any hope of correcting what ails this nation, the Senate filibuster must be eliminated. That is what is keeping our borders open. Planned Parenthood funded, Treasury emptying social programs going, and the rest of globalist priorities sharing at least equal stature with those that benefit the American people. If President Trump truly has had enough of listening to bad advice from conflicted DC insiders and has decided to get back to being himself, Mexico may want to go ahead and fork over the wall money now in order to save their economy. Once the wall construction starts, their leverage of threatening to flood us with a mass invasion, even worse than what we're experiencing, will begin to vanish. The last thing Mexico wants is to be in that position without a beneficial trade pact. Should Trump follow through on his idea to use our military to construct the wall, they'll be able to protect their installations as military infrastructure as well. Border crossings will cease, and the stubborn, predatory Mexicans will be in a world of hurt that they could have easily avoided. It's a $25 billion amigos, cough it up. Will keep the change. Donald Trump's tweet here: Border Patrol agents are not allowed to properly do their job at the border because of ridiculous liberal Democrat laws like catch and release. Getting more dangerous. Caravans coming. Republicans must go to nuclear option to pass tough laws. No more now. Pass more tough laws now. No more DACA deal. Okay, but what happens if Mexico is being paid by somebody, maybe George Soros, where they know that Trump is going to use this tactic, no more DACA deal and all of this, but maybe Soros is maybe paying the Mexican government for this, where they don't care that he's going to put sanctions on Mexico. I mean, this is kind of weird, because what all of a sudden took place that this is happening now? This is like strange. Like all this time that didn't happen and now it's happening. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know too much about this, but it just doesn't make any sense why this would be happening now. There's got to be some kind of trick that the Democrats are using up their sleeve, something. I don't know what it is. But, you know, you can be sure that this country is not going to stand for this kind of stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.